A big welcome to you, my dear Aries. So the sun now is in Virgo. And when the sun is in Virgo, we recognize very clearly that we have to find the light deep within us. That's what Virgo does. And the Hermit is back at the mountain and is showing to the others you can do it as well. And so that's what we do. And when the sun then gives the light to the moon, right, you are feeling that, you are getting that inspiration very clearly, that you have that longing to be happy, to be the one that shines, to be the one that is the inspiration. And so this is the theme for today. And of course, we're going to look at the Queen of Wands, right? And like I said, there are 3 variations of Aries, and the first one is in the last reading where we had the full moon of Pisces. That's if your birthday is between the 12th to the 20th of March. You have the moon above you as a soul aspect, and I go with the soul aspect, right? When I do the reading, when is the moon in what sign? And the moon here was in Pisces, the full moon and the eclipse. But here the person is already connected with the Queen of Wands. And this I did in the previous reading, but I show you so that those who log in, right, that they can see, wow, there are 3 types. Then we have the classical Aries. That's if your birthday is between the 21st of March to the 9th of April. You are here, this combi, of course, soul aspect, the Emperor, and here as a human aspect, the Queen of Wands. And then we have another combination, which I also do today, which is to the King of Pentacles, Taurus, right? And so you see through the different decks the combination, and he has above him the Emperor, and that's if your birthday between the 10th to the 20th of April, right? This I do today as well. And here I have a number or a time where you can click in the description below, so you don't have to look at the reading from the Queen of Wands. But sometimes it's interesting to see, right? Because she's connected with you through this, right? And so sometimes you might actually find things in there as well for you, right? Just I give you the option, you can decide. Then we look back at the last reading where Leo's sun gave Aries moon the light, and the Queen of Wands, you know what you're worth. And the King of Pentacles, the prophecy of duality. And so here you see, right, the cards, and I always look if then there is a reoccurring card, if that card wants to speak again. And I do see one, right, that is coming back, and so we can begin the reading. Good. The Queen of Wands, she's connected with the first house of self and identity. And so I'm going to look at the card that's coming from her deck, that's specifically given to her only. The 5 of Pentacles is coming. And so this is connected with the constellation Mercury in Taurus. And I want to look at Mercury and Taurus. But first, here comes the understanding that you need to find your self-worth. You need to integrate it. The 5, always the head, the 2 arms, and the 2 legs. And there's a person that is holding you, right? And it's almost like you need to be the person holding your inner child. The 5 and the 1 is the 6, and then the self-love appears. Very important. So now I want to see what is Mercury bringing, because Mercury, the magician, has its own deck, and the ghost dance is coming, the number 22. So here is a portal right away, or a date, the 22nd of June, right, when we calculate them together, or the 22nd of May. You decide which one works for you. So the ghost dance, you see there is something that you need to look deeper into, right? It's almost like saying, yes, Mercury in Taurus is saying, well, who are you and what do you want to become? And also in sense of the financial worth that we have to demonstrate in this dimension, right? Maybe you need to go through a ghost dance. You need to go and see deeper what it is that holds you back to be fully you, as that I am worthy just because I'm born here. What is Taurus bringing? I'm going to put you aside, right? You know you're there. Taurus brings you Libra, justice. And so there is a justice energy happening, right? We had the 6 here with you, the 22, and now comes the 11. And the 11 here brings you another portal. Here's the 2-2 portal, the 1-1 portal, or the 22 and the 11 portal, right? For me, it's more 11 and 22. It's not a 2-2 or a 1-1. It's like the 11. And you see that Libra is literally saying, yes, find deep within you the understanding who you are. You are not a ghost, right? Connect deeply with what comes forth from within and learn to understand that self-worth is really, really important. That we find really the dignity to be as a human being. You are worth being here just because you're born. You decided to come here. So you shouldn't, explain yourself ever why you are where you're at. You're born in certain circumstances, and then of course you are getting the help of the 22 and the 11 as a portal to bring you forward. Now, of course, I can make the one with here, this 11, 3 times the one. That's self-empowerment in the 3rd chakra, right? 3 is the 3rd chakra, and the 1 is always like, from the chakra perspective, I am allowed to be here, the 1, the 1st chakra, but the 1 from a spiritual perspective is the one and only energy that we really have to understand is the crown. The fact that we are allowed here the moment we are born. Then, of course, I want to see what is Libra bringing, and Libra brings you the Queen of Pentacles, and that's Capricorn. And Capricorn is the number 10, so now you have 4 times the 1 and a 0, right? And I can, of course, the 10 and the 5, I can calculate it together, and we get the 15. At work, find also your definition of who are you, how you want to express yourself. Of course, with you, the 6 and the 10 is the 16. That's Mars, that's the tower. Step up and show to the people that you are able to be here, that you're worth it, right? And that worthiness is important. It's like you don't need to explain why you're here. You're here. That's the reason enough to be here. And she is, of course, career and success with the 5. She is the money. So the 15 very naturally turns into a 6. And that 6, right, we had here with you, right? And so you understand that the 6 is self-love, is I have realized, yes, I am taking care of myself. It's important to me. So, of course, now I want to know what is Capricorn saying, and the 2 of Swords is coming, and that's Moon in Libra. So, you see, Libra is here, right? And Moon in Libra, but the Moon is actually in your sign in Aries. And so Moon in Libra is saying, yes, you gotta really understand that here's an 11 and here's a 2. And so when we calculate here the 6 and the 10, the 16 plus the 2, that's the 18, and that's the Moon. The Moon is literally saying, yes, you gotta look deeper within, find the light that you are, find that you are connected, right, through the sun, through Virgo, and that you can really understand, yes, in the 18, I turn it into a 9, right? So then you can do the 11th of September or the 9th of November. And with the 22, you can only do the 22nd of September as a date, right? And the rest is the 18. The 18 is the 9. And so you understand there are very specific dates and very specific messages that are coming to you through Libra. You have to find that peacefulness deep within, that you are worth it. And you have a 2-2. Now you have also 3 times the 2. Self-empowerment in being creative, in how you are expressing yourself here as a human being, right? Self-empowerment, that you have 3 times the 1, or actually 4 times with the 10 here, but also self-empowerment in being creative and in showing the world that yes, I am here. I'm allowed to be here. So now with the Mother Peace Tarot, right, which is the clarification card, because these cards are around, you get the Shaman to the right, and that's of course Taurus, right? And Taurus, we understand that we learn that Taurus brought you already Libra, right? And Taurus came through Mercury in Taurus. So Taurus is the financial aspect of this world, the banks and the institutions. And so it's kind of like saying, well, something is not right, because Taurus is pointing to the right, slightly down, right? And so we're going to look at that. So what is Taurus saying? And so the 5 and the 2 is literally the 7. Have the emotional intelligence to understand that you are on a quest, that you are needing to find your self-worth through the institutions, but in the end, through being a spiritual being and knowing that the message comes here through the eagle, through this person, right? The shaman that goes to the eagle and says, show me what I need to learn. And that's what you do in the 7th chakra, in the crown chakra, right? So the 7 is speaking here. Then what is coming here? A 2-2-2 portal. And 3 times the 2, like I said, is that moment of we understand self-empowerment is being creative in expressing that and not being a ghost, right? That is barely seen. You need to make sure that you are seen. Very important. Then here, the 11 and the 2, so this could be the 11th of February or the 2nd of November as a date, but also here justice is literally understanding you need to define who you are. You need to let people know, or again, you need to bring justice into the financial aspect of life. Very important. And then here the Queen of Pentacles, the 10 and the 2 is the 12. And the 12 could be Neptune. And Neptune is in Aries for 14 years and is retrograde right now. And so maybe that's why it's facing down, right? Because the 12, as you understand, are here all 12 zodiac signs as well that feel the impact of Neptune being in Aries. We're not dreaming about it anymore. We're taking action. And so the 10 and the 2 becomes the 12, and the 12, when we calculate it together, we get the 3, and that's the Empress. Be an Empress that stands up, right? So here is Capricorn and here is Taurus. And you are learning to integrate these 2 people, or these 2 people can teach you something. What is coming through the 2 of Swords? A 22, that's Uranus. And Uranus very clearly is in Gemini and also retrograde right now until February. So the February is here. And you understand that communication is a little bit difficult right now with the retrograde, but still deep within you, you find the 2 swords, you find duality, you find that you need to begin a whole new way of communicating. And of course, I want to see what is actually Taurus bringing, and Taurus is bringing you the world. And the world is Saturn, and Saturn rules the Queen of Pentacles. And Saturn is the 21 and the 2 is the 23. the 5. And so we're coming back to the first card. Find your self-worth, because Taurus is in here. Here's Leo, here is Scorpio, and here is Aquarius. All the fixed sign, right? Here is Taurus. And so you understand that the 5-5 portal is literally letting you know you need to find your self-worth. You need to be creative in finding your self-worth. There are so many healing modalities out there that you can use and create a solution for that. Now, what's happening with you? You see, then we get not the 23, but the 24, and the 24 is the 6. And the 6, like you had here at the beginning, right? You had, yes, a 6 here. And so you understand all of a sudden that you are the link between the 5-5 portal or the 6-6 portal. And the 6 is the third eye, is the inner eye that sees everything, that sees the solutions, right? I'm going to put you back here because this is how we get the cards coming to the right, right? But you understand, right? You are the missing link. You can make a 6 with this 5, and you can make a 6 with this 5. And if I just use you here, right, with the world, then you have also 22, a new beginning, a new start, a fresh start that says, yes, you are not a ghost anymore. You are finally coming out, and you are showing to the world that you are worthy of whatever it is that you need to find worthiness about. Wow, what a message. Okay, so now the King of Pentacles. He, of course, is connected with the second house of resources and worth, right? And so here comes, right, the shaman. And you see, here's the shaman, and here he is sitting on a throne, right? That's why I kind of like the Mother Piece Tarot, because it's more shamanic. And so here he is getting the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 and the 2 is the 8, and the 8, infinite. We are learning to understand what it means to have enough money so we can give others. And this is Moon in Taurus. And the Moon is in Taurus after this reading. And so you see that the 8, the infinite movement here, is behind him. He's actually facing to the left, but when we face to the left, we become the card, he's actually facing to the right. And so this is who you can become, or this is who you are, depending in how you look at it. Okay, so Moon in Taurus, we're going to look at the Moon. Moon is bringing you the winter stream, the gestation period, the number 63. And we know the 63 is the 6 in it, so there's a 6-6, right? And there's the 3 and the 2 is the 5. Again, the self-worth, right, comes here to us. And we always see that he's standing here with 1 coin. She has 2 coins. That's the High Priestess. He has 3 coins. And that's, of course, Venus. So this is female, female, masculine. And you understand, right? So to give means that you are connected with a higher consciousness. And then the 6 and the 3 is the 9. The 9 and the 6, that's the 15, and that's money. That's career. You have a career that maybe right now goes a little bit into a gestation period. You want to observe, right, what else you can do. You do already quite a lot. With the 8 here, the 8 and the 9 is the 17. That's the star, and the star is right above him because he knows that he worked hard, but he still is humble enough to say, well, others don't have that intellect or don't have the strength, and I give, right? Because who knows, maybe one day I'll be in this position, and then you will also have someone that gives. And so the 17 being a star means you're connected with this coin. You're connected with this coin. And so the 8 is left, right? The 8 that says, well, infinite is the giving and the receiving. Now, what is Taurus bringing? The 6 of Swords. Very interesting, right? That's Mercury in Aquarius. Then you have a 6-6 portal. Look at that. And the 9 and the 2 then becomes the 11. And the 11 again, that portal that brings you to the creativity of being the one and only one that holds that coin, that stands here in the center and has the coin above him and protecting him, right? And here with Mercury in Aquarius, you understand that he knows and he has the information on how to go from troubled water into more quiet water, a quiet that is in the 6th chakra, in the 3rd eye. And that's where this gestation period comes from, is people who retrieve, people who go away from the hustling and bustling, right, of the world. They go away and they take their partner with them, because it means that when he's calm, she's calm too. If he's nervous, she's nervous too, right? So there is a beautiful message. And again, there is a 2 inside here, and the 2 is you. And so you are creating here a beautiful energy, right? It's really, really nice. The 6-6, and then of course the 11, right? The 66 and the 11. You have 2 portals here that are letting you know, learn everything that you can learn about how your mind functions, how when you give and take, you know that everything comes back, and that's where you come into the completion. That's where Virgo is inspiring you, finding the light deep within. And she has the 6-pointed star in here, which is the hexagram, right? And so you understand the hexagram is the 6, right? The 6-6 is here. Okay, so now we want to see what is, of course, the Mother Peace Tarot bringing. As a clarification, you get the 3 of Cups, which is Mercury in Cancer to the left. And Mercury in Cancer, right, it's kind of like saying, well, you gotta realize that when you give, you have the 3, then you also have the 3 of Cups. And Moon in Taurus, right, it's kind of like the moon above him. He's connected, he's in the cycles, and then he can also celebrate. He can celebrate because he knows he's connected with a higher consciousness. So if he gives 2 coins to her and 3 coins to her, he still has enough coins. And so the 3 of Cups, right, when we turn them up, are pointing towards him. And it's like, yes, look within, go within, even though you go out, because pointing to the left, when we look down, it goes to the right. And so the 6 and the 3 is the 9, and that's the Hermit, who holds the lantern, who holds the star, the hexagram inside of the lantern. And in there you find a completion. He can celebrate, but he also knows he can celebrate because he is a giver, because he's humble enough. Wow, so beautiful. Then here we have the winter stream, right? The 36, and we know it's the 9 and the 3 is the 12. So again, he affects all 12 zodiac signs, or he affects through Neptune, right? Because he has also the Emperor above. So Neptune in Aries, he feels that, and Neptune says, well, you're not dreaming about it anymore. You don't have this winter dream. You don't have this gestation time. You are putting it forward. You are making it happen, right? That's what Aries does. Aries says, well, we are not thinking and dreaming about it anymore. We are doing it. And so the celebration is clearly saying, when you look deeper within, you're celebrating from a whole different aspect than just celebrating outside and doing whatever, right? This is a ritual, and you see it looks like a moon, right? And it's why the card is Mercury in Cancer, and Cancer is connected always with the moon. Beautiful. And then the 3 is left. The 3, the Empress Venus. And then again here with the 6 of Swords, the same. The 9 is coming, and you have a 9-9 portal, right, with the 6 of Pentacles. You understand that the more you know, the more you can give or receive and be peaceful in it, right? And celebrate the knowledge that comes here. This is masculine and this is a feminine energy. Meanwhile, here is feminine and feminine, right? Here he gives because he has the knowledge. Here he receives because he wants to get the knowledge. You see, this is masculine and feminine together, and the other one is feminine and feminine. And so there is a big giving in the 9, and here in this one, there is a receiving in the 9. So beautiful. And then what's coming with you, the 2 and the 3, that's the 5, and the 5 we understand. Okay, very clearly you are coming into that human aspect that sees deep within, that he can celebrate, that he can enjoy himself because he knows what he has done. He knows he's there for others. He knows that he is this person, right? And he's like, I am ready to support others who are not as fortunate. And in that exchange, he is actually literally making himself someone that is in that completion state. Like the Hermit, he is already giving the light to others who haven't seen the light yet, right? And haven't understood yet what's coming and what's working here. And so it's a beautiful message that you're getting here, and I'm really excited for you that you have such a beautiful message, right? A 6-6, and then of course the 3 and the 2 is the 5. So you understand that the 5 is that humanness that you are now embodying and are living in it. So I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when we get the Sun in Libra. So the Queen of Wands did get Libra. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.